So hi, this is gonna be the first time that I'm talking about my music and not showing it to you, so welcome aboard. My name is Darla and I'm going to be talking about one of the songs that some of you have requested for me to break down, and I'm surprised actually that a number of you would request this, but this is Feet in the Rain. So this is the project. It's actually called Lo-Fi Beats on here because I just actually wanted to make a lo-fi beat, and that's it. It was after lunch, it was a Saturday, I remember, and I thought, why don't I play around with my sample packs that I have that I never use. I never thought that it would actually be my first release. I never planned on releasing this at all. It was just one of those SoundCloud type things. I'm first going to show you guys the samples that are included here. In all honesty, actually, you can replicate this track if you have this particular sample pack, and that's actually not impossible either because it's actually free, and it's a really solid sample pack that I want to say Kymatics or Cymatics. It's a sample pack from Kymatics called Eternity Loops, I think, and really good lo-fi samples. So I'll first start with this one. On top here is the chord loop, actually. So it's just two chords, very simple. Yeah, and I actually transposed it up 4 semitones. This loop, I put it down like an octave lower. But actually, if you look over here, what I did is it has a lower octave and the higher octave together, so they really cut through the mix. Yeah, really simple. Over here, let's look at the intro sample that I used. Yeah, I really love that. It's a tape loop from, you guessed it, Kymatics. That part where it goes that is actually me using this effect, the cut-o-matic. Now let's go over to this one. This is a top drum loop, also from Kymatics. So it's like a clock ticking. I think that's what it is. It could also be like the blinker on a car. Now for this one, I just added a kick, which is actually a sample. Over here, we have another loop from you know where. I think it's really nice because it's like something like that. So yeah, those are all the samples, and we have some additional samples over here, which are this Star-Lord clap and these snaps. Wanna see it go away? Very R&B, and I got some A's in here. So let's try to take a listen to just the samples. I told you, it's just samples. I'm sorry if that disappointed you. Let's now go over to this part. So I don't know if you hear this. I forgot that this was in here, but this is something from Analog Lab that I used, and this is how it sounds. Forgot to mention, I also have this one from the same sample pack, Rain. Gotta get that rain effect back there, right? we have that synth lead, and this one is really interesting because it isn't heard. I actually forgot to turn it up when I was mixing it. I'd like to present to you the deleted track in Feet in the Rain. So apparently there was supposed to be strings. Don't ever wanna see it go away. Say, don't ever want me doing my way. Yeah, all your purpose is how you won't be afraid. Next we have a Midi Bass, which I use this one, ABPL. So this is actually a really good free bass plugin that I use and I love, and I just do very basic bass line over here at the first part. It's a very basic song, it's just 2 chords. I try to give it more variations in terms of rhythm, so that's somehow something that makes it even more interesting. So this is a messy way of making guitars. But the reason why it's all messed up like this is because I write the melody and record them at the same time, so whatever is a good take, I just kept it. I don't actually have an amplifier that I use to record through. What I do is I just plug in my electric guitar directly to my interface, and if it's important for you to know, I use a Scarlett Solo. And I use an amp simulator that's free too, so none of these plugins are actually paid, mind you. I use Amplitube 4, and I used the Clean Funk preset, apparently. I'm actually not a great guitar player, so these licks and stuff, I can't do that. So the thing about vocals, when I do vocals, actually I write and record at the same time. But interestingly enough, actually, for Feet in the Rain, I didn't intend for it to have any vocals at all. I thought it'd be fun if I could put some vocals on it. What if I tried doing like a Drake type vocal, monotonous melodies, and like autotune? When I was recording this, I was like, there's no way I'm going to share this with people. I mean, this is not my style of singing, but I guess sometimes it works. All the time I want a couple with you, it always seems to work out. We say I'm fine, yeah. What is going on, you might ask? Down here, this is just this, but down an octave, basically. Oh, your purpose is higher, I won't be afraid. My feet in the rain. So what's funny actually is I cannot reach that on a typical day, but I really pushed it because when I got that melody line, I was so stoked. I thought it really fit well with the vibe. I chopped my vocals. That's it. If I didn't turn them down an octave, this is what they would have sounded like. That's enough. Who wants to hear Darla's really tinny voice in the beginning, right? So put it down an octave. And it sounds like a modern pop song. Typically, background vocals are like my favorite to mess around with on any project, but I can't say that for this one, because this one's really basic actually. Background vocals for this one consist of 3 parts, and I say 3 because these are actually recorded in pairs, and what I do is I pan them left and right, so these 2 would just be a simple harmony, just a third of the melody. And finally, we have these babies, It's the upper octave. It's basically the lead vocal, but like an octave higher. And this is one of my favorite things to do when recording vocals, because they really give that R&B feeling. My feet in the rain, my eyes to the sky, and it's just it. And it stops because I ain't going up there. At this part, I just wanted to share with you. You will always seem to work out. You say, I'm fine, yeah. I mean, are you though? Are you fine? I'm fine. In the rain, my eyes to the sky, and it's just amazing to be your child. I'm done with the shame. I'm killing this pride. Oh, I've been set free. Now I'm your bride. That did not go down as I planned it. I don't know if this is any help to you. I hope this is educational for some of you. Even if you do go to my current SoundCloud, actually, and if you go to like the first posts that I made, they don't sound radio worthy at all. I read somewhere that it's actually better for you to have like 100 demos than to make one perfectly polished radio ready song. Even if you do have like one song that you have, I mean, it's still hit or miss for you, as opposed to like 100 slightly imperfect songs. At least one song from that pool of 100 songs is going to be really good, and is something that someone out there needs to hear. Even if you think that this is just for fun, like Feet in the Rain was for me, I was surprised that people actually responded to it and really liked it, and that it would minister to them. And that's something that I never really intended to do at the time I was making it. But you know, if God wants to use the art that you're making for that purpose, to reach people, then we gotta yield to Him. So that's it for Feet in the Rain. Actually, you can use Feet in the Rain in your videos and stuff like that. There's a free download of it on SoundCloud. I think you can download it. I really don't mind people using it, but it would also be really nice if you ask me first. That is it for our video today.